Hello everyone, welcome to your Yourpedia. I am Jitendra Tyagi, and today I got a golden opportunity to get some important minutes from our respected guest, Professor Abhay Karandikar. So Professor Abhay is serving as director of IIT Kanpur, and earlier he has worked with IIT Bombay also, and he is a big name in the field of telecommunication sector. Okay, to enhance the telecommunication sector in India, he has worked a lot of things. So today he came to Chandigarh for some seminar on some important topic about which I am going to discuss with sir. So sir, first of all, most welcome from the entire student community, from the entire teachers community in this Chandigarh region and your PDA team.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So sir, I have some important questions with your work, whatever you have done. So first of all, I attended your seminar also today. Okay, so your main concern is rural broadband connectivity.
Yes.
So sir, please broadly apprise us about internet and broadband connectivity that is existing right now in India as well as abroad.
So, as you know that in India, there has been a significant development in the terms of proliferation of cellular mobile broadband technology. We have now a significant proliferation of 4G in India, but still a large population, particularly in the remote and rural areas, still do not have access to that kind of a cellular mobile broadband access that we should expect the population to have. The story is also similar in other parts of the world where the true broadband penetration in rural and remote areas is still lacking, and lot more needs to be done to provide a ubiquitous true broadband connectivity.
So sir, according to you, what are the important challenges?
No, I think the important challenges I had already outlined in my talk today.
Yes, sir.
One of the challenge, of course, is in the backhaul networks, because when operator wants to deploy a large number of cellular mobile towers in the remote and rural regions, it has to also take backhaul to each and every tower, and there is a cost associated with the backhaul networks, either in terms of right of way or digging or the cost of the fiber, etc. So I think backhaul is one problem in providing the ubiquitous connectivity. There are other problems in terms of the business case for the operator, because in some of these regions there may be very low average revenue per user, and it may not make a business sense for the operators to make investment in terms of the network cost and the operational cost for the operator. So I think these are the challenges. So therefore, we need a cost-effective, affordable networking infrastructure where the cost of the backhaul is also reduced. The cost of the power consumptions or the energy is also reduced in order to have a widespread proliferation for the operator to make a business case as well.
Okay. So sir, nowadays every faculty, every industrialist, okay, everyone is talking about this 5G. So according to your words, in brief, how we can know about this 5G communication?
So 5G actually is a paradigm shift from the 4G networks. When we went from 3G to 4G, the 4G provided a packet-based communications with an enhanced throughput. But in 5G, now we will not only have an enhanced mobile broadband, that means the enhanced throughput in the mobile broadband, but we are also having configurations like ultra reliable low latency communications and massive machine type communications. So these capabilities of 5G will make a very diverse set of applications and use case scenarios which are currently may not have been possible with the 4G. So 5G is not just 4G with some enhanced throughput. It is actually a generational change and a paradigm shift.
Okay. So, sir, actually, during your seminar, you told us that there may be many benefits from 5G in future. Okay. And researchers should explore them.
Yeah.
But if we talk about from the point of view of a normal person, we only focus on speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Every Indian citizen, they think that in 5G our speed will be more.
Yeah.
So I read about one article that recently one company from USA tested on 5G, and they declared that maximum speed was 800 Mbps. But in 5G we are expecting more speeds. So can we think about 10 GB speed or more than 10 Gbps speed in 5G if it is implemented completely?
Yes, yes. I think we can think of. So first of all, in India, just to answer your first point, in India, the primary broadband device has become the cell phone. Because we don't have the ubiquitous availability of fiber to each and every home. Most people are accessing the broadband through the 5G. So therefore, the most important use case in India currently is the enhanced mobile broadband, where we need better and better throughput or better and better speed. So going forward, once we have the full scale deployment of the 5G, it is possible to get gigabits per second kind of a speed on the mobile. In fact, the mobile, it will become like, fiber-like speeds over wireless. So yes, those kind of things will be the most important use case in India. But as I already mentioned, 5G has other configurations like ultra reliable, low latency, machine type communications, which will open up a lot of possibilities for developing very, very innovative applications and use cases which have not been so far even thought of.
Yes, sir. So, sir, everyone has information about 5G now. Through our new channels also we get that 5G. Okay. But today, I knew about a new term. Okay. That is Frugal 5G. So, you have worked on that. So kindly tell us about that. What is this Frugal 5G?
See, Frugal 5G is a working group which we have created within IEEE standards. And currently our research group has been contributing to this IEEE P2061 standard, which is a Frugal 5G standard. The idea there is to develop a scalable architecture which will enable the deployment of the network in a very cost-effective fashion, and which will be energy efficient and which will be optimized for the fixed access. So this Frugal 5G standard is not developing any new radio access technology. It will use the existing radio access technologies like 4G or 5G or Wi-Fi, but it will provide a scalable network architecture of exploiting these radio access technologies to provide a cost-effective and affordable broadband. So that is the reason we are calling Frugal in that sense, because it will give you an affordable broadband access.
Okay, so sir, whenever we study, we listen about this 5G, we also get information regarding some health concerns, health related concerns. So such concerns from your Frugal 5G?
No, there are no such health concerns. I don't believe in those arguments because it is well known that all these radio access technologies, they work in the radio frequency spectrum, which are of non-ionizing nature. So they can cause some heating effects. So there is some dielectric heating effects, but they are not likely to cause any ionization. So I don't think there will be any harmful effects of these radiations.
Okay. So sir, if we compare 5G and IoT, Internet of Things, so are the two things different or they are related with each other in some extent?
No, Internet of Things is a kind of a use case which will actually connect the billions of things and 5G can provide the underlying infrastructure for realizing the Internet of Things. Internet of Things means, not only the human beings are talking to each other, but things like appliances, sensors, they are also connected to each other. So 5G will provide the infrastructure for realizing the Internet of Things.
Okay. So, sir, when 4G was launched, just after that, or maybe before that, some work was started on 5G. Now we are working on 5G. So, what about 6G? Have we started working on 6G also?
Yes, I think the work in the 6G standardization has already begun, both in the ITU and also in 3GPP. Currently, we are at a stage where we are defining the requirements, that what should be the requirements of a 6G standard, etc. So, and then, the work will begin in terms of standardizing technologies and protocols which will meet those requirements. So the work has already begun. It will take few years before we get to the 6G standard.
Sir, I read about you many things, and I was really inspired by research work done by you or your group also.
Thank you.
So you have published one book also. So can you tell us something about that book? Who should read that book?
No, that book is a more like a research monograph on the mobility management in LTE networks. So it is being co-authored. It was co-authored with one of my former PhD students, and it was based out of her work. So that work is more related to our research, where we are exploring the protocols for mobility management in the LTE 4G networks.
Okay, sir. So, sir, you also talked about some group, Frugal group. You have formed some group also.
Yes.
So, please tell us about that group also.
Yeah, so it is a working group under IEEE. So the way in which IEEE standards activity work is that they form a working group. So there is a working group called Frugal 5G. You can search on the IEEE Standards Association website. You will find that group. Currently, the chair of the working group is Pranav Jha, who happens to be one of my research staff in our research group. He is being the working group chair. Anyone now, of course, that work has come to almost a completion. It was going on for last 2 years. So anyone can contribute in IEEE. Any individual can join the working group. Okay. And could have contributed in terms of ideas. So that is that IEEE standards, process allows that.
No. If someone doing research in this field, 5G,
yeah,
or maybe related to Frugal 5G,
yeah,
so he can join. He or she can join that.
Yes.
So how they can join?
No, I told you that there is a website, so you can look into the websites, and then there is a mailing address, so one can mail and express his or her interest in joining the working group.
Okay. So, sir, it was nice discussion with you, and we got many good important points from you. Any last message to the student community who are pursuing their research work, like through PhD, direct PhD, MS, or MTech?
Yeah.
From your side.
No, I would just like to say that currently, there are a lot of opportunities for us to do cutting edge research in the technology. We are not only, we were of course one of the single largest markets, but now, we are in a position to drive the technology, to develop the technology indigenously and become Atmanirbhar Bharat in telecom in the true sense. We are now having 4G technology which is indigenously developed. We are having 5G technology which is indigenously developed, and there is a lot more opportunities now for young researchers and entrepreneurs to develop the future technologies and contribute to the future standardization efforts at the global scale.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And one more point I want to add, that IEEE BOG. Okay, so in that BOG, sir is the only member from India.
Yeah, IEEE Standards Association BOG. I'm currently.
So that is a matter proud for all of us. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir,
Thank you.
for your valuable time.
Thank you.